I have 422 friends, yet I'm lonely. I speak to all of them every day, yet none of them really know me. The problem I have sits in the spaces between, looking into their eyes or at a name on a screen.
I take a step back and opened my eyes, and I looked around and realized this media we call social is anything but. When we open our computers, it's our doors that we shut. All this technology we have is just an illusion. Community, companionship, a sense of inclusion. When you step away from this device of delusion, you awaken to see a world of confusion. A world where we're slaves to the technology we've mastered, where information gets sold by some rich, greedy bastard.
A world of self-interest, self-image, self-promotion, where we all share our best bits but leave out the emotion. We're at our most happy with an experience we share. But is it the same if no one is there? Be there for your friends and they'll be there too. But no one will be if a group message will do.
We edit and exaggerate, crave adulation, but we pretend not to notice the social isolation.
Put our words into order until our lives are glistening. We don't even know if anyone is listening. Being alone isn't the problem. Let me just emphasize, if you read a book, paint a picture, or do some exercise, you're being productive and present, not reserved in recluse. You're being awake and attentive and putting your time to good use. So when you're in public and you start to feel alone, put your hands behind your head, step away from the phone. You don't need to stare at your menu or contact list. Just talk to one another. Learn to coexist.
I can't stand to hear the silence of a busy commuter train, where no one wants to talk for the fear of looking insane. We're becoming unsocial. It no longer satisfies to engage with one another and look into someone's eyes. We're surrounded by children who, since they were born, have watched us living like robots and think it's the norm.
When I was a child, I would never be home. I would be out with my friends, and on our bikes we would roam. I'd wear holes in my sneakers and graze up my knees and build our own clubhouse high up in the trees. Now the parks are so quiet, it gives me a chill. See no children around and the swings hanging still. There's no skipping, no hopscotch, no churches, no steeple. We're a generation of idiots, smartphones, and dumb people.
For our project, the painting we chose to focus on was Landscape with the Fall of Icarus by Peter Bruegel from the Flemish Renaissance era.
Peter Bruegel began his career by imitating Bosch, but he liked the idea of man in nature, and so he eventually branched off and decided painting daily peasant life because he believed that the peasants were the most unaffected by the outside world. He also really liked the idea of having good aesthetics in his paintings. Elie Segal said about his paintings, "The mind of man wants to see reality in two ways, as reassuringly consistent and as delightfully surprising."
He lived from 1529 to 1569.
He was born in Breda, which was at the time it was called the Duchy of Brabant, which is now the Netherlands. He did mostly landscape paintings. We really like the fact that he painted the peasants because they were the most unaffected people, and that's what Peter Bruegel saw. And that's why when we were painting our own piece, we decided to put in homeless people instead of the peasants because it's more relevant in modern day. And this is why we changed them to the homeless people, because we feel that the peasants relate to the homeless people today as they don't have the capabilities to go on a computer and to spend time on phones like we do. So we felt that they most related to the peasants in that way.
A Flemish proverb that Peter Bruegel used to represent his painting was, "Not a plow stands still when a man dies."
This is the quote that we branched off of when recreating our painting. We decided to go with a standpoint that we need to stop and pay attention to the world around us, but because of social media and how we are affected by all of this technology that we have, we don't pay attention as much as we should.
Which is how we decided to change the painting in the ways that we chose to do so. Like, for example, the man in red who is plowing in the original painting behind the horse, we believe that Peter Bruegel painted him in red to kind of show that, make him stand out because he's a big part of the painting that shows you he's not paying attention to Icarus, who is drowning in the water. And we left him in red to still pop out of the painting, and instead of plowing, he's on his phone, and it kind of just shows how technology makes us as a human race just neglect each other and not really care about one another because our noses are dug into our phones and what the media is telling us.
And we also thought that even the whole painting as itself, that you're so focused on the man in red, even though the falling of Icarus in the water, who you can barely see, is supposed to be the main focus. because we're so focused on the mundane elements of human existence.
And we also changed the speedboat in the back of the painting from the ship because we felt that our lives now are moving so fast. As we use this technology that we have, we are able to make connections faster, we're able to do everything faster, and that way we don't take the time to see what is around us and to build connections with people.
And kind of admire nature, which is another reason why we put the homeless people in with the trash cans. The trash cans kind of show nature is almost deteriorating to an extent. It's just like, it's not as pretty as it used to be.
Yeah, and we put these trash cans in because it is ruining the aesthetics of our world today, and that's what Bruegel really liked about painting nature, was it was clean and everything looked so nice.
And we also kind of changed the grassy, like pretty area towards the bottom left corner of the painting into a road because we found it to be more realistic with modern day, that instead of a nice grassy field, there would be, you know, just a street used for vehicles and walking and getting to where you need to go, and just having a nice easy way of getting to work rather than just taking a nice walk through a field and enjoying nature. Everyone's kind of always moving and on the go. We also made the city in the background kind of look more industrial because in the actual painting it looks very calm and peaceful, but with the added smokestacks that we did and everything, it kind of, you know, takes away from nature, which is what we feel like modern landscapes, if they were being painted, would have looked like.
It also ruins the aesthetics that Bruegel was really focusing on when he made the original images.
It gives me something to do. Technology is good because it gives us a form of entertainment and it gives us an easy access to communicate with friends.
Okay.
I like technology because I can catch up with my friends and tell them what to do. I keep in touch with people and like organize activities to do together. Technology is a bad idea because it wastes people time where they could be playing outside and having fun with their friends. I think that technology is having a poor effect on people today. I think technology causes people to lose contact with others personally, and I think we grow apart with the internet and social media.
Kind of a cold personality because they don't have contact with personally. Mm-hmm. It's just pick up a phone, go on a computer, and you don't have contact with people.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't interest me.
Yeah.
I'm guilty too of being part of this machine, this digital world where we are heard and not seen, where we type as we talk and we read as we chat, where we spend hours together without making eye contact.
Don't give in to a world where you follow the hype. Give people your love. Don't give them your like. Disconnect from the need to be heard and defined. Go out into the world. Leave distractions behind.
Look up!
Look up! Look up!
Look up. Look up.
Look up!
Look up. Look up.
Look up!
Look up.
Look up. Look up. Look up.
Like this?
Look up. Look up.
Look up!